Patients at the pharmacy never fail to amaze me. Hey, welcome back, Kevin here. And if you're new to this series, welcome to Freestyle Fire Journal. If you're new to my channel, this is a daily series I do every single day where you basically can journal with me. If you're that type who, isn't super consistent with journaling, or you hate journaling alone, then this is for you. Pretty much every single day, I read a question prompt from this One Question a Day journal. You can pick up your copy and follow me along at refugeehustle.com/journal. You can check that out. And then, but if you can't pick up the book, no worries. The purpose of this is for you guys to actually comment below, journal with me. You don't have to write a 10-page essay when it comes to journaling. A few of you guys have been just writing a few sentences every single day, and that's perfect because how often do we get a chance to kind of sit back and just document our thoughts? And if you're ever curious about why I call it Freestyle Fire Journal, one, it has an intellectual hip-hop vibe, but more importantly, these are all unplanned and whatnot, except for this video because I actually literally recorded it like a day ago, and then I realized, shit, I didn't record it. I didn't press the record button. Life of a YouTuber. And by the way, shameless plug, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and make sure to stay tuned for every single daily episode of the Freestyle Fire Journal. But anyways, this entry is August 8th, and the prompt is blank never fails to amaze me. And of course, I had to choose patients at the pharmacy because it's pretty interesting. More recently, I actually went to the pharmacy to pick up some of my mom's meds and whatnot. And there's so many interesting characters at the pharmacy. One, I see the pharmacist over there, freaking miserable. Holy crap. Did not make eye contact with me whatsoever. But it's funny being a pharmacist and looking at that pharmacist, and I was like, huh, that was me at one point, right? Or that was me working behind the counter. So it's pretty funny to see that. But during my time as a pharmacist, we would get so many different types of patients. Like the first type of patient, I'll start off with the positive, man. It would be so crazy how you could get the most caring, the best patients ever that made you like feel super happy about your job and made you feel like you're valued, you're rewarded. You build this relationship up where it's like almost like friends. They're like, if things take a little longer, you just let them know. They're like, oh, no sweat, Kevin. Or they'll tell you some crazy stories when they ever come in. And it was just a really great relationship. And even if you have a really kick-ass relationship, then you can then they'll bring you like gifts. Like I still keep all my cards. They used to bring me cookies and all these snacks during the holidays as well. And I was really blessed to have such kick-ass patients, and it's crazy because think about it. Back then, I would actually spend more time with those patients than I did with my real family. Isn't that quite sad, actually? Like during the holidays, I would work at the pharmacy instead of seeing my family. And, these patients, I still think about them to this day. And some of them are actually still my Facebook friends and all that. And we still keep in touch, actually. But for the most part, it's crazy how you can have such great patients, and it kind of these are the patients that make you have faith in humanity again, and that will stick up to you if you're dealing with the asshole at the pharmacy too. So I used to have that, and then you have the patients, man, where they're elderly and you feel so not bad for them. Well, I kind of felt bad for them, but you just feel they make you feel a certain way because they remind you of your like grandparents or someone going through a really rough time. Like for example, the people I think about are some of the cancer patients that I had, and it was so sad because I remember like I would always help them, and one of them actually, they were losing their vision too, and they couldn't really see anything. And then all of a sudden, like I remember last time I saw her at the pharmacy, she came during my lunch break, and I was like, oh shoot, crap. Like she's like, I'm so confused with all my medications. I desperately need help. So then I let her in, I closed the door behind her and stuff so no one else can come in. And she's like, I can't see my medications, I just need help. And I was like, man, I just felt so bad because, there's no one to help her. Her doctor didn't take the time to help her. Like I'm pretty much last line of defense. And then I literally, I typed up everything on Excel, made everything really big, went through all her medications with her, and she was so grateful. Her husband actually tried to slip me a $100 bill, but hey, I was like, dude, I can't take that. I should have, knowing that I'm not in pharmacy anymore. No, just kidding. But you have those heartwarming patients like that, and that's the number one thing. And then you get those freaking people all the time. The second type of patient who's freaking angry all the time. They're always in a bad mood. They're always trying to fight with you. I remember this one guy, you know, he's like a former police officer or something like that, but he was always pissed off and he was always looking for a fight. Like literally, he told me, hey, Kevin, you gotta call me like when my prescription's done, blah, blah, blah. We have texts and all that. So I would take the extra time to like call this guy and just like build that relationship, right? So he knew that I was on top of my shit consistently, right? But he was just that type of person who would always pick at certain things. I remember I called him one time and I was like, hey, just want to let you know that your medication's ready. And this guy, he was like, what? It's not ready. I was like, no, I said the medication is ready. And he's like, what do you mean it's not ready and stuff? I'm like, hey, you know, it's your medication. Listen for a second. Your medication is ready to be picked up. I just wanted to shoot you a call, just to let you know everything was okay. He's like, oh, why couldn't you do this sooner? Stuff like that. You know what I mean? So there's those type of patients that make you freaking lose hope. But I mean, half the time, these patients, sometimes they don't really feel, they're probably not in the best position. They probably have shitty relationships. It's pretty interesting. When I see these patients, they're always alone and they're always by themselves, and no one likes dealing with them. Trust me, I treat everyone with respect. You know, I do my best to, you know, no matter how bad of a mood or whatever, I do my best to kind of treat people with respect in general, right? But it's those type of patients who are very combative every single time. And then there's a third type of patient where, man, these are the ones who will like freaking interrupt you while you're on the phone, like with a prescriber and stuff. They're yelling at you. And they just lack total common sense. You know those type of people who ask you, where's the milk, when there's a freaking dairy section like labeled on top. It's obviously not in the pharmacy, guys, no. But on a serious note, like these are the type of people who are very, I wouldn't say selfish, but they're very self-centered, self-focused, right? They don't care about anybody else. These are the type of people that will cut people off in line, and then when you call them out, they yell at you like you're in the wrong. And it is so crazy. It's just like, these are the type of people I'm dealing with. And they're not on any psych meds, by the way, like never on psych meds. And surprisingly, these weren't all like, that was like, these were the patients that kind of made me like think, man, I'm losing fucking faith in humanity. Like, this is like what people think of America half the time, like a bunch of dumbasses. And my patient's one of them, right? So, I mean, that's just how I felt, you know, who knows at the end of the day, but there was that. And then there's a fourth patient too, where, oh, man, if anybody's dealt with pain meds or highly addictive meds, they know this type of person where they'll come up to you, they'll try to build rapport with you and all that. You've never seen them in your pharmacy. And guess what? They're trying to fill like a high quantity or suspicious prescriptions, essentially, right? Trying to sweet talk you as soon as you don't do it, or as soon as you refuse the prescription, dude, they get hella angry and they just walk off, right? Looking for another pharmacy to fill the prescription. So those are the type of people that I've dealt with in the pharmacy. There's a lot more personality types, but in terms of like all the different variety of patients that I get in the pharmacy, it's quite vast, man. So I just thought that was interesting. So let me throw the question back to you. You guys probably aren't watching pharmacy, those that are in it, but what kind of people never fail to amaze you? Let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time on the Daily Hustle. And fuck, I forgot the shameless plug. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button to stay tuned for a daily episode of the Freestyle Fire Journal as well. Take care. Bye.